Today we're going to discuss how my listings went from this to this in just one day, a beginner's guide. So right here I have two listings, one on the left, one on the right, and let's just run through them real quick and you tell me which one is better. Both have, the prices. Let's look at the titles first. So over here on the left, just a basic title, geometric, stylish, 3D printed headset phone for any office or gamer desk setup. That's an okay title. But over here to the right, let's look at this one. Magnetic drill bit holder, drill bit organizer, 45-degree flip open tool garage, and workshop organization. That one is a solid title. And that's what you would see more on other online shops. This is what you'd see more of here on the right. On the left, this is more of a description. So right off the bat, titles completely different. And if we scroll down a little bit farther, you'll see over here where the actual description is. On the left here, just a little one paragraph, which sums it up okay, like a geometric stylist. You can read it here. It tells you everything you need to know, but it's not good. Over here on the right, it tells you, it's a little bit of a story. It tells you key features, and we'll run through that in a second, but just take a look at this. This description is pretty solid. It tells you what you need to know, what's it about, what's it for, the options you have available. It's just a lot more run through and thought out. So this is me just showing you the difference between the two listings that a buyer would see. Now we're going to dig into what we would edit and on the background, and I'll show you step by step what I went through in my thought process for that. So let's take a look at both of these listings side by side. Let's start with first the title. Over here on the left, it's a generic title. It sums it up what it is, but it seems more like a description than anything. Rather on the right, this is what you would see more in like any other online shop, like big retailers. This is a title that you would see a little bit more. On the right, it tells you what it is, what it holds, a design feature, and what it's for, all summed up into one. And it's also split up into categories, which is going to be better for SEO optimization. So what that is search engine optimization. And that basically sums up if someone types in, I need a bit holder in the search engine, it's going to pop up and look at my listing over here on the right, and it's going to see bit holder. If someone types in drill bit holder, it's going to see drill bit holder. And then if someone types in magnetic holder, those words are all in the titles. It's better for the search engine. So if someone types in a keyword, this is more likely there's more keywords in this title that are going to help out in the search results than over here on the left, which is more of just a description. If we go down to the pictures here, my pictures still need some quality. That is still a given, but pictures play a big role in listing quality as well that I found out. On the left, they're not bad, but they're generic. On the right, they're a little bit better, but still generic, but I'm improving that on my own. I also have like a video here that you can see if I hover over it of just a demonstration of how to use the product. And then over here on the left, there's improvement, but quality pictures and quality demonstration videos will go an excellent way in what people see, because coming up in the search is one thing, but then enticing them to click on it is a different thing. So having good quality pictures is going to be more enticing to what the person's buying than anything. Now let's look at the descriptions. Over on the left, it's a generic description. It tells you what it is. It tells you dimensions and a little blurb of to try to entice a buyer, but it's not good. Over here on the right, however, we can see this one's a lot more structured. It tells you what it is. It tells you what it's designed for, and kind of tells a little bit of a story to entice the buyer a little bit more. It tells you who it's for, not just what it's for, but who it's for. That is also, I think, important. And after the little, let's call it a hook, I guess, if this entices a buyer, they're going to keep scrolling and they're going to see the specs now. So what are the key features, what it holds, and then again, what it's perfect for, like more a structured list of ideas, I guess, and then any other disclaimers on the bottom, as you can see. But this is a much more structured listing, and you can just search Google for good description templates, and that's kind of what I did, and structure it around that, and it'll help you out tremendously than over here on the left. Pricing is one that I haven't figured out personally yet, but I try to take an account of how much it's going to cost me to make the product. And since I'm selling more smaller products, I want to make about a $9 to $10 profit. So after all the Etsy listing costs, the cost to make it, and the costs for ads and marketing, I want to make around a $10 profit. That's my goal. And that's, as you can see here, about what I'm aiming for in my pricing. Again, I don't really know how to price things just yet, but that's kind of my thought process. Another really important feature is tags. These are more just keywords. So if someone is looking for like an organizer or something specifically for a drill bit, these are more likely to pop up in search results and or suggestions because these tags are shared across it. So if someone's looking for like a tool organizer, that could be a screwdriver holder, a hammer mount, or something like that, but it'll share the same tag and they might see this pop up on their suggested as something else that's a tool organizer that they might be able to use. So tags are really important. I'm still figuring out how to optimize those tags, but on the right here, you can see these tags are a lot more structured than the ones on the left. They're a little bit too generic. You want them to be a little bit more specific to a niche than just something that has, like over here I have on the left, office. That's such a broad term. You don't want it too broad, but you don't want it too specific either. So like tool organizer, that's a good niche, but it's not too specific where I might be the only one with that tag. So I also know that this is working quite a bit with the improvement because of the two listings we looked at, these two center red ones here. On the right here, I've had this up for almost a month. I've only had one view. On the left here, I uploaded this listing this morning at around like 7 or 8 p.m. I was up early. I've already had 5 visits. So it's already doing tremendously better than what I was doing. So it definitely works to optimize your listings. So that's what I did to optimize my listings for Etsy. I'm still building my Etsy store and my product line for my Etsy niche, which I'm trying to turn into more like tool organization and storage type stuff. I run an eBay store, a pretty successful one. So I'm trying to translate everything that I've learned from that to these SD listings. And I think it's doing a pretty good job, but I'm still a beginner and everything. So just keep that in mind. But that's what I've done so far and it's working out quite great. But thank you for watching. And if you liked what you saw, give me a like, give me a comment, subscribe if you would like, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.